It is. It's like your mama's not here. Clean up after yourself, you know?
But on a serious note, too, I mean, honestly, what do you think leads to a lot of our flooding?
Right, the debris getting trapped.
So much debris getting trapped, and then the water
Yeah.
cannot drain out efficiently at all. And you have these incredible flood situations. All right, speaking of which, the new drought report's in. I want to see what last week's rain did. So let's start with the drought report and show you that things improved. I mean, we had exceptional drought from San Antonio west to Big Bend and then out to El Paso. Well, that's probably the biggest area of improvement. It's still extreme drought, but notice that we went from exceptional to extreme, so that's good news. And that's exactly what happened in San Antonio. In fact, it's only now a third of the county that's exceptional drought, where last week it was the entire county. So 2/3 extreme, and that does include out to Seguin and Guadalupe County, New Braunfels for Comal. And you can still see all of Medina and Bandera, most of Kerr County in exceptional drought. So we started out the year, you know, pretty dry. I mean, 1.5 inches between January, February combined. Then we were getting a little closer to what we should be getting in March and April. And then in the last, this is only really, even though it says May and June, of course, we're not done with June yet, but then all of this rain has fallen in the last like 3 to 4 weeks. And it's about 13.5 inches. So it's been really, oh wait, one more thing to point out. Where we are for the year, I meant to hit that. 1894 is a surplus of 4 inches. And again, it's really been the last 3 weeks. Now to the hill, and our flags are lying pretty still out there tonight. Temperature-wise, under mostly clear skies, it's 84. But it still feels pretty warm with that dew point at 73. Today's highs, 95 at Seguin and New Braunfels, 99 up at the Capitol, 101 Pearsall, Cotulla, Eagle Pass got close to the warmest, which was that 101. Del Rio finished at 98. 93 again today, exactly where we should be this time of year. 105 stays in the books from 2 years ago. So nice to see almost 7.5 inches for this month. All right, so take a look at the moisture that came up from Eric. Eric made landfall near Oaxaca today. Early this morning is a Cat 3 hurricane, major hurricane. First one to hit the Eastern Pacific before July. That's never happened before, by the way. Tropical depression tonight, south of Mexico City, but still a lot of moisture that made it all the way up into South Texas. It didn't really translate into much rain. We saw sea breeze showers. Few good downpours over I-35. Could see this again tomorrow, but don't look for more than what you're seeing here. Just a couple of isolated pop-ups. Tomorrow morning should be dry, maybe a sprinkle. Then in the afternoon, heating is when we get a few of these downpours. And we'll get the same on Saturday afternoon. You can see again, it'll be about 2 to 3 p.m. So here's the 14-day forecast from San Fernando Cathedral. We're expecting about a 10 to 20% chance through the first weekend of summer. And then highs are going to stay mid-90s. We're not looking at too much of an increase there. Remember, we had so much heat back in May, and now we're settling down as we wrap up June. So we'll take it. Summer begins tomorrow. This is the last night of spring. Wow. Here we go with the sun's direct rays hitting the Tropic of Cancer. All right, so speaking of summer, Project Cool in full swing, but we need your help. Drop off a brand new box fan to any San Antonio fire station. If you or someone you know needs a fan, and check on your neighbors, call the United Way helpline at 211. Vinny?